Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Freaky Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. I'm your host, the one, the only, Philly Pete, and we're here live. We're here live on, hey, listen, we're here live on YouTube. YouTube, 24/7, 12 Ounce Sports streaming platform. There's actually a live sporting event on Roku right now, so my show is not live on Roku due to a sporting event, which is great for our network. It's awesome. So again, big things are coming for this network. All right, I'm just telling you right now. Be aware. Be ready. So hopefully everyone is getting home safe from work. It's Friday. We got through the week just fine. A little bummed out about last night's game. Of course, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot to learn for Drew Aller after last night. I'm being as poised and calm as I can today. Maybe if it was like 10 years ago, and I was still in my 20s, and then if they lost, I'd probably be freaking out. But once you hit your 30s, sports games are of course you still get depressed and disappointed, and upset, but not to the range where hey, I'm gonna wake up everybody in my house. That would have been me like 10 years ago. Okay, wife would have walked out on me for sure, with crying kids all over the place. I can't be doing that anymore. Got to grow up. Game's a game. Just very unfortunate. Drew Aller has a lot to learn after last night's difficult loss. I mean, what can you say? Don't get me wrong. I mean, defense did their job. All right, half banged up. Abdul Carter did his thing. He stayed his ground. He did. But Notre Dame ended up they just made more plays than Penn State did. In all fairness, Angeli, backup quarterback, comes in. Okay, first off, strip fumble. Carter must have gotten it ripped down on the bottom. Okay, it would have been nice. They could have had 10-0 lead, maybe drive, get 13-0. But you had this backup quarterback from Notre Dame. Angeli comes in, drives him down the field right before halftime, gets a nice momentum boost with a field goal. That was huge. Absolutely huge. Okay? Second half is just a different story. All right? Offense scoring each way, each direction. It was a hell of a second half. It was awesome. It was a great second half. Now, don't get me wrong, Riley Leonard had INTs, but he made the plays when he needed to. Okay? Coaching and play style. Not even one catch for the receiving core for Penn State last night. 60 minutes of cardio, pretty much, for the most part. I mean, what can I say? So, it is what it is. Aller just wasn't focused. He's scared under pressure. Just wasn't ready to play with the big boys. He didn't want it. And it's funny because he had a chance at the end where, they sacked Riley Leonard. They punt the ball. You got 40 seconds left in the game. He had a nice run with Keytron Allen to get to like the 35-yard line, 35-yard line. And then you force a pass that turned out to be very crucial. And it was an interception. And that's when, Notre Dame came down the field, just got the game-winning field goal. I mean, that's what happens, man. It's just it was very brutal. Notre Dame is not good. I'll be honest. Notre Dame is not good. They are not good. And quite frankly, I think the winner of tonight's game will be your national champion. Really. So, it is what it is. Sideline is your friend. Throw the ball out of bounds or take a sack. Go to overtime. You can only root for that, really. But, and honestly, I'm getting a little – I could probably vouch this for a lot of people. I've been seeing this all over social media, but the fact that you have a lot of not really hate, but the fact that Notre Dame, they shouldn't be in these sort of games, okay, because they're not in a conference, getting $20 million, basically on that win. If Penn State won, they would have to share it within the conference, okay. But it's another reminder that Notre Dame needs to be in an actual conference. In order to get to these games. It's, we've been saying this forever. That they're not in a conference. Get into a real conference, play some real games. I'm just being a pest. But speaking the truth, speaking the absolute truth, I just feel like the whole transfer portal thing's getting a little ridiculous and out of hand now. But at the end of the day, Notre Dame moves on to national championship, unfortunately. And they host the winner of tonight's Texas-Ohio State. Ohio State's favored by 6 points tonight. Long overdue. I think Ohio State is very much overdue for national championship. They haven't won one in 10 years. I think the last time they won one was 2015, 2014, 2015. Zeke Elliott and the gang there. All right, so it should be a fun one tonight. Very much looking forward to it. I hate to say this, but I'm rooting for Ohio State. Just to kind of rep the Big Ten, I hate saying that, but I gotta represent the Big Ten, So, but it's gonna be an interesting matchup. I like the over. Over went to 51.5. Okay, earlier today I saw at 50.5. I like the over. I do like the over in this spot. I think we're gonna see points. Two high-powered offenses, all right, to say the least. And, Ohio State's still -6. Texas is plus 210 on the money line. This to me feels like a game where, I just think, you're going to have two high-powered offenses, and Ohio State's defense, I feel like could be, I think Ohio State's defense is going to be a little bit, it's going to come down to the end. I really don't. I think Ohio State's going to make that play and win this game for Ohio State. That's how I feel. But don't get me wrong, like Texas, they barely squeaked out against Arizona State. They know how to come back, and they did, and they fought, and they won. So this is going to be a one for the ages as well. All right. So, Ohio State seniors, get ready for their chance at a ring, and it's tonight, really. So but for that reason, I'm going to take Ohio State here tonight. All right, I'm going to go Ohio State -6 this evening, and I like the over 51. In this game tonight. I really do think we're going to get some points this evening. I really, truly do. Speaking of college football, Carson Beck commits to Miami. The U is where Carson Beck will be playing. And that's actually kind of cool. Cam Ward, he's gone. Likely a top 3 pick in the NFL draft. You got Sanders at quarterback. You got Cam Ward at quarterback. Easily could be the number 1 pick in the draft. Really, but he's going to be one of those 2 quarterbacks going early in the top 5, and to be quite frank, I think they'll be in the top 3. Okay, simple as that. All right, so that'll help get Miami a little bit relevant for sure. All right, so without further ado, all right, we'll get more involved with see what the world of what NHL is. All right, last night we We had a solid game, solid night last night for the most part. Just handing out, we had a nice victory with the obviously the Stars walked out last night with a nice win over the Flyers. My favorite overs cashed out. Blue Jackets Kraken, that went over. Penguins Oilers, that went over. Those were my two favorite plays of the evening. And they both cashed, no problem. Absolutely no problem at all. So Golden Knights, they got shut out by the Islanders. I don't know what happened there. So unfortunately, that is the way the cookie crumbles in the world of the NHL. But let's change tabs real fast to the NFL. And like I said, here we go. Tomorrow we have 2-game slate tomorrow. Okay. LA Chargers, Houston Texans. I have the Chargers on the money line there. All right. This is part of a parlay. I do like the Chargers -3. I think they are the better team. They've been playing better than Houston. Houston's been so inconsistent. I'm not sure what to expect from the Texans tomorrow. I really don't. And I just feel like the Chargers have been playing a little bit better as advertised. And of course, Coach Harbaugh, I mean, we know what happens with him. He keeps winning. He keeps winning. So I'm going to go on a limb, and I do like the Chargers here tomorrow -3. All right. And then I'm going to go in the late game. Now, I do feel like Baltimore will win this game. But can the Steelers keep it close? It's a 10-point game. All right, 10-point spread. I feel like it's a lot of points, especially in a playoff game, let alone in a division rivalry game. All right, and I said this the other day, and I'm going to stick with it. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers +10 is a lean that I like for tomorrow night's game, Pittsburgh-Baltimore. I do think Baltimore wins, but Pittsburgh, I feel like, should cover that spread in what I think is going to be a low-scoring affair. Maybe a 21-17 game, 17-13. I don't know. Just something about this game tomorrow night makes me think it's going to be low scoring, and defenses are going to come out, and we'll go from there. Sunday, we look ahead. Denver, Buffalo. I think Buffalo moves on. They have a chip on their shoulder, but I think Denver's been playing very well lately, and that +9 spot pops out at me. I think their defense could keep Josh Allen in check. Denver's defense was very underrated this year. All right. But the thing is, like, can their offense score? And I feel like the only way Denver keeps it close is if they keep up the points with Buffalo. Okay, but Denver's defense, like I said, very underrated, and we'll see what they can do. Okay, we'll see what happens. So, it's going to be a very tough test for Buffalo in the beginning, and that 9 points just seems like way too much. So give me Denver +9 right there. Philly. Obviously, we know Jordan Love, elbow injury, off the injury report for his elbow. All right, Christian Watson, we know, is done for the year. And in better terms for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts off the report. Clear concussion protocol, good to go for Sunday afternoon against Green Bay. That line went from 4 to now 6. Okay, I've been seeing in most books here, you might snag a 5.5, but you're telling me you're getting an extra half, 1.5 points to 2 points with the news of Jalen Hurts. So, man, Eagles are now -6. Again, that's a lot of points. I think Philly moves on. I think Philly wins, of course. But I personally think Green Bay covers that 6-point spread. Just gut feeling, really. Washington, Tampa, I like to see points in that game. I like the over. I believe it's at 50.5. So that's why I like there in that game. And I do lean Washington +3 in that one. And Minnesota and the Rams. I mean, like, Minnesota's been playing really well. It's a small line. It's kind of a scary line, to be honest with you. It could go either way. Rams beat Minnesota first time out, 30-20 in LA. They're back in LA again. And like I said before, it's difficult to beat a team, twice during the regular season. It really is, unless if you're terrible, But it'll be a fun game. Minnesota and LA is going to be a fun one to watch. Obviously, with the fires and everything out there, it could truly be an inspiring game for LA. That's why it scares me, because I feel like LA could walk out of there with the victory at home. But we'll see what happens there with Minnesota. They've been playing red hot as well. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let me take a quick 2-minute commercial break. When I get back, we will talk some NHL. We got 5 games tonight. All right, so I'll go through everything and we'll talk some more. This is the Friday edition of Prime Time Live with Philly Pete. Sit back, relax, give me two, and I'll be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Freaky Friday, I like to say, but, Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. I'm your host, the one, the only, Philly Pete. We're here live on the 24/7 12-ounce sports streaming platform. And, of course, YouTube. Come on in. Chat is open. Let's say hi. What's going on? Subscribe to 12-ounce sports. Give us a thumbs up. Chat away. We got hockey tonight. We got games going on tonight. We have Ohio State and Texas tonight. Okay, for the right to play Notre Dame, unfortunately, in the national championship. All jokes aside. But, yeah, I mean, if you're going to start betting, make sure you hit up mybookie.ag. Promo code there is 12-ounce sports. mybookie.ag, 12-ounce sports is your promo code. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. Okay, very cool, very cool. They also stream live games too on top of that. So that's also a neat feature that a lot of other books don't have. Especially when it comes to college basketball and you are, say, if you want to bet on the Citadel and they're playing some random team like Southern Illinois or, somebody, you could stream them and they'll be on TV. So it's kind of cool. You don't really get that a lot from other books, especially the big time ones for sure. So that's always something to keep an eye out on. And of course, if you sign up with us on YouTube, we have a betting subscription via YouTube with 12-ounce sports. It's $6 for the month. $6. That's it. $6 for the month, $60 for the year. Cheap services, consistent, transparent. You get a bunch of cappers. Greg from Sports Stance been red hot with the fantasy lineups. He's going to get you rocking and rolling with that. Gamble guy. I mean, what can I say? You got a good handful of cappers for $6, literally. All right, there's people out there that only give out their plays for $600 for the year. I mean, it's wild, absolutely wild, and it's only one capper. All right, you're getting three guys for literally like $2 each. I mean, you can't say anything much better than that. Give it a shot. You get 3 days for free on top of that. It's worth it. I'm telling you, you won't get let down. We're just here to make you guys money and ourselves too on top of that. All right, so let's get into NHL tonight. 5 games on the ice. I got a couple. I think a couple of these games here tonight for sure. And we'll start off with Vancouver and Carolina. Over under here is at 5.5 at minus 135. Carolina minus 175 on the money line. Vancouver plus 155 on the money line. Carolina 70% of the public money, and it looks like it's split with the 50-50 with the over under. All right. This is as split as in terms of the over under is 39, 39, and 4 combined with these two teams for the over unders. Okay. Not getting much out of it, Now, Carolina cruised through Toronto last night. Absolutely cruised through Toronto. Now you're playing on a back-to-back. You won 6-3 last night. Are the goals going to keep flying tonight against Vancouver? I think so. I'm going to keep riding the over. All right, so give me the over 5.5, Vancouver, Carolina. And, I mean, I'm going to keep rolling the dice here. I really am. I'm not going to take that money line. I'm going to take the puck line again. All right, Carolina puck line at plus 160. All right, what they did last night to Toronto, I think they can do the same thing, even worse, to Vancouver. Just hopefully no letdown. That's what I'm liking tonight. Carolina Hurricanes puck line plus 160 and the full game over 5.5 is what I lean tonight in Vancouver. Carolina, you could probably sprinkle the first period over as well, but not as much as the full game over 5.5 in that game. All right. Moving ahead here, Chicago-Detroit, probably my favorite over of the night, if I'm being honest. Chicago-Detroit, Detroit minus 175 on the money line. Chicago plus 160. Again, over under 5.5 at minus 135. 75% of the public money on Detroit, 60% of the public money on the over. The under is actually favored between these two. The under is 39, 35, and 7 combined for these two teams here this evening. So, but again, original 6 game. Give me the first period over. Full game over, 5.5. I like both. Okay. I like first period over, full game over. And, give me a dog. Fridays could be freaky. That's why we say Freaky Friday. Give me Chicago Blackhawks money line tonight, plus 160. All right. I think Detroit at minus 175, is a little too much to ask for. Chicago will definitely chip in to goals because I feel like this could be probably the highest scoring affair tonight. So give it to me. Why not? Let's go Chicago money line plus 160. But my favorite play here is the over 5.5. And I like the first period over 1.5 as well. So we'll ride that out. All right, simple as that. Chicago money line plus 160. First period over 1.5. Full game over 5.5. Blackhawks, Red Wings. All right. Montreal, Washington, ladies and gentlemen. Over under here, 6 at minus 135. 6.5 is at plus 105. All right, I have 6 at minus 135. All right, Washington minus 220 on the money line. Montreal plus 200 on the money line. Okay. 65% of the public money on the Capitals, 55% of the public money on the over. The over is 39, 35, and 7 combined between these two for the over. Okay. Tonight, if there's going to be another upset, or if there will be an upset tonight, this would be another one. Canadians money line plus 200 seems very nice. I also like the first period over and the full game over in this game here this evening. So first period over, 1.5, full game over 6 in this game. I'm going to go with the Montreal Canadiens puck line as well, plus 1.5 at minus 125. All right. I think that's a great number right there for sure. I do. And maybe even sprinkle the money line tonight at plus 200. So give me Montreal. Montreal on the overs tonight. That's what I'm feeling this evening in Washington. Okay. I'll get it for you. Hold on. Moving on. LA Kings and the Winnipeg Jets. All right, go ahead. I'll get it. Go sit down. LA Kings, Winnipeg Jets. All right, over-unders at 5.5. All right. The other. Yeah. Go sit down. I'll get them for you. Go sit down. This is a pick 'em. Minus 105 each way. And however, 70% of the public money is on the Jets. It's wild. This is a split with the over-under as well. Okay. But tonight I'm going to go different. All right. The under is a trend for these two teams. At least that's what it seems. And this should be a fun game to watch. I'm going to go with the under 5.5 at plus 105. I have that. That's what I have right now. Under 5.5 at plus 105. And I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets as well on the money line at minus 105. That's what I'm leaning between these two. So Jets money line, full game under 5.5. I lean the first period under 1.5 as well in this game. All right. And then last but not least, San Jose and Utah. Utah minus 270 on the money line. San Jose plus 240 on the money line. Over under here is at 6 at minus 110. The under is 43, 34, and 6 to the under. Utah getting 62% or 65% of the public money, and it looks like it's split between the over-under. I don't trust Utah right now. I don't. This is like an off game for me. Like, I'm not touching this whatsoever. Utah could easily smack San Jose tonight, but I don't know. It's Friday. I feel iffy about this game. This could be like either like a 4-1 Utah win or like or some sort of like 2-1 San Jose win in overtime. That's just a gut feel. I'm gonna go San Jose Sharks puck line +1.5 at -105. Sharks puck line at -105 for tonight. Just a small play, nothing crazy. It's a lean actually, and I like the under 6 at -105 to +100. You could probably get one or the other. So yeah, Sharks puck line -105 and the full game under 6. I might buy it up to 6.5. I just feel like this could be a Utah blowout or San Jose making this a game, really. So, okay. So that's where I'm at. San Jose puck line and the full game under 6, and we'll go from there. Do you have to potty? Okay. What happened? Huh? You have a what in your pants?
I have an accident in the poop.
Accident in your pants?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to go potty?
No. I have to put my dress on.
Okay. My show's over in 2 minutes, okay? And then we'll get your dresses on.
I have to put my shirt on.
Okay, you can put everything on. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there you go. I got a couple minutes left. So with the extra time, I'm going to go with what I like as my favorite over tonight, and that's Chicago-Detroit. Over 5.5 is my favorite over for this evening. My favorite first period over, I'm digging Chicago-Detroit as well. I am. But for sure, my favorite over tonight is Chicago-Detroit. My favorite home team tonight is the Winnipeg Jets, probably. My favorite dog this evening. It's tough, but I like Montreal. I like that Montreal puck line tonight for sure. So there you go. Like, favorite away team tonight would be Montreal with the puck line and maybe sprinkled that +200. My favorite home team tonight would be Winnipeg. And my favorite over is the 5.5 in Chicago and Detroit. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm basically feeling this evening. Short card. We could look ahead for tomorrow real fast, as I spoke about with football. You open up 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Boston, Florida, to kick everything off. Then you have Ottawa and Pittsburgh. I'm looking at that over in Ottawa and Pittsburgh. I am. That's going to be a nice one at 4 o'clock on the East Coast. I feel like there's going to be a goal scored in there for sure. Same with Boston and Florida. That's only 5.5. I like the over there as well. And 75% on the over, which is wild. Seattle, Buffalo, that could be an over, and that's at 5.5. Tampa, New Jersey, another game that can go over, for sure. Philly, Anaheim, I like the under. Colorado, Winnipeg, I like the under. Columbus and St. Louis, that could be an over. Vancouver, Toronto. That seems like a barn burner. Like, that should be an under. I feel like that game could be an under. Edmonton, Chicago. Look for an upset with Chicago at +230. I like the over, and I like Chicago, to be honest with you. I do. Washington at Nashville. Washington is +110 at Nashville. That is a very one to look out for. Very interesting to see what happens in that game. Books are making you want to take Washington, but will Nashville destroy Washington tomorrow? We'll see what happens. That's one that I'm very anxious about to watch for sure. Islanders and Utah. That's a ugly game for me to pay attention to. LA and Calgary, Minnesota, San Jose. That's only at 5.5. Then Rangers and Vegas. Be on the lookout for that. That should be a fun one too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, I'm out of time. I hope everyone had a phenomenal week. Great time with me as always. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will be back on Monday. Same time, same place. Good night, and happy weekend.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every